me feeling like I'm academics. Can't
All right, I'm going to run through a few topics real quick. All right, y'all ready? So, do y'all want to hear some industry news? I know y'all are thirsty for it, and I'm here to give it to y'all because let's get to the drama. But if you guys don't know, yo, this has been big news. Like, this is huge fucking news, Chad. And y'all are not going to understand it, but let me give you the breakdown before I play this. So, let me explain the business. Right now, touring is popping. The biggest people touring, we have YoungBoy, we have Rod Wave. We're talking about hip hop. We have Travis Scott. Obviously, if Nicki or 50 goes on tour, I'm talking about the people who have the top 10 tours. You have Kendrick and you have Drake. Drake has the highest grossing tour in the U.S. Okay, I believe Kendrick has the highest grossing tour in the world. Okay, here's the thing: Drake allegedly dropped his booking agent because his booking agent reps Kendrick as well. Now, this is a lot of drama and tea, kind of, because it kind of shows that these guys don't fuck with each other. And, you know, they're also thinking, not like on some niggas is just butthurt, people are thinking conflict of interest, which means you're not going to work for me and work for my op. This ain't that. Remember I covered when YoungBoy got represented by Drew Finland, and then Drew Finland showed up, and Drew Finland is the lawyer for Lil Durk. So the same lawyer that got YoungBoy free is actually the lawyer for Lil Durk. And you see lawyers kind of work for guys who might not like each other, but an agent, if you don't know, and I'll break down the business here. So what happens is you have these big companies that are agencies that book tours, they book Rolling Louds. So Drake isn't picking up the phone saying, I'm going to do the show, right? There's going to be an agent that does it. The big agencies are UTA, CAA, you have WME, there's a company called Wasserman, and there's a few like other companies that are kind of like, you know, almost independent companies. How do they work? Well, they work on percentage. So if you book, I don't know, say $100 million in tours and performances, they'll get 10%. They've made $10 million, right? Now, usually they book way more than that. Most of these companies, CAA is probably booking billions, right? So they're going to pull in hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue, right? Because a booking agent, and we're not just talking about just a regular booking agent. This is almost like, this is a agent, right? So for example, I'll let you know this. For my Spotify deal, I was repped by UTA. I'm very transparent with y'all. There's nothing to hide. So whatever that final number was, the millions that Spotify gave me, there was a percentage that went to UTA. UTA podcast, and by the way, shout out to my guy over there, UTA podcast. He's the biggest at doing it. He's the one who negotiated my deal, Call Her Daddy's deal. I forgot, he negotiated some of the really biggest deals. What does that mean? So when Spotify gives me the bag, they get a percentage of the bag, usually about like 10% or so. Now, that applies to even artists when they book shows, speaking engagements, and other things. So, for example, Drake, who's booking a $320 million tour, if you are the booking agent, which, by the way, you don't have to do much work. If you're repping Drake at this point, Live Nation got him damn near in a deal. They don't really need you. So if you're his agent, you're getting a free $30 million. And it's coming into your company. Now, Drake had an agent who basically didn't have to do anything because Live Nation had him under a contract where he's doing these big tours, so they don't have to book tours. They would only have to book Drake for these one-off shows, and Drake don't really do one-off shows. Drake ain't doing Rolling Loud, really. Drake ain't doing, like, this festival or that. Drake kind of does his own tour and does nothing else, right? You know what I mean? If he's popping up at somebody's show, he's doing it for free. So this guy is basically his agent. So it's giving a lot of cachet to, this company. What is this company? And I'm giving you so much, and this is music business insider shit you guys will never hear unless you tune into Akad. This is why I think I earned my money in terms of having you watch me. So CAA, the biggest agency company. UTA, like the second, right? WME is huge with music festivals, is especially big with country music, okay? There's another company called Wasserman. So some agent left like one of these companies and made their own big company. An agent named Brent Smith kind of defected over there, and essentially they repped people like, I don't think they rep Travis Scott. I gotta see. Let me look up actually who Brent Smith reps. Brent Smith reps. Right here, Wasserman Music. So this guy Brent Smith is this guy right here. You've never seen him before, but this is a major player because he basically walks into any room and they get to realize for you to book Drake, you got to go through him. Okay? He's Drake's agent, right? Now he works for Wasserman, right? And he's gotten this big, see, Billboard gave him a power player. He gets this big ass role, EVP and managing executive. Why? Because he reps Drake. Is he doing mad work? Not disrespecting him, but you're repping Drake. Drake got to deal with Live Nation. You don't really got to do shit for Drake. Drake is Drake. Get what I'm saying? However, he was also repping, and just listen to this. Remember, this is 2023. Brent Smith, blah, blah, blah. With artists like Ed Sheeran, Imagine Dragons launching stadium tour, Drake planning his first world tour in 5 years, SZA preparing for her sold-out arena tour, Frank Ocean, da-da-da. Wasserman Music's looking at blah, 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 da-da-da-da. Essentially, this guy was also repping Kendrick Lamar, okay? And with him repping Kendrick Lamar, look, see, and you can see here, Wasserman's Unparalleled Global Insights propel blockbuster tours from many of the world's most impactful artists, including Kendrick Lamar. Drake realized that the guy, you know what I mean? And I don't know if there's more drama behind the scenes. There probably is. But Drake has dropped him as his agent because he reps Kendrick Lamar. Keep in mind, this guy may have used the data that goes from, I'm not saying he did nothing improper. So this is me speculating. And just to be fair, because I don't want to be fair to him, I'm speaking on really super insider business, but this is a huge deal. Trust me. At all I talk to people at CAA, UTA, Wasserman, and even WME. They're all buzzing about this one particular story. Brent Smith, who repped Kendrick and Drake, some people feel like he may have used data of where Drake would be successful in markets he was successful in, and basically also leverage some of the stuff with Drake to get Kendrick this amazing deal and also put him in certain markets. Not saying he did it, but these are some of the talks. However, Kendrick goes on to do the whole GNX tour. Drake drops this guy. He's like, I'm good. I don't want to work with you. You're working with my op. I'm good. Now, some of y'all might be like, oh, that's tender. I think that's fair. I don't want you to have all the data on me if you're working with my enemy. It's like, you know, there's that interview that Kevin Gates did. The right hand shouldn't let the left hand know what he's going to do. Yeah. So Drake has dropped this guy. And by the way, I'll let Shorty here. I don't know who she is, but shout out to her, my little black queen right here. She's going to talk about what kind of happened. But it's big news in the behind the scenes industry world.
Just dropped the booking agent he shared with Kendrick Lamar. And the reason is messy. After over 10 years together, Drake quietly cut ties with Brent Smith from Wasserman, because the same agent who reps Kendrick. And insiders say this goes back to their huge feud last year, especially after Not Like Us hit #1. Drake and Smith barely worked together through 2025, and now Drake's moving to CAA under Daryl Eaton. Drake just dropped the booking agent he shared with Kendrick Lamar, and meanwhile, Kendrick and SZA's tour made over $358 million, one of the biggest hip-hop tours.
Now, granted, this booking agent, he's walking around dick slapping everybody. He essentially gets credit for Drake's tour, but he's getting credit for Kendrick and SZA's tour. That's almost $1 billion grossed by himself for two people he reps.
Ever. Drake got his own major tour coming in 2026.
Yeah, so Drake is about to go on tour supposedly again after the release of Iceman. And because all of those plans are not yet finalized, Drake is removing all ops from around him. He don't want nobody who's working with Kendrick, who's cool with Kendrick, none of that. So he's getting rid of any, you know what I mean, no fake friends type shit.
So switching agents right now? Yeah, this is definitely part of the chess game. And
yes, it would be chess, because what it basically shows is that Drake, who is probably going to break the worldwide record, and I would imagine he's going to aim to break the worldwide record. Keep in mind, Kendrick did not break his U.S. record in terms of 350. Kendrick broke the worldwide record for rappers, right? So a consistent tour worldwide, Kendrick has the highest grossing, but in North America, in a tour consistent for North America, Drake has the record. I think Drake wants to beat the world record going into next year, and I think he's saying, yo, I don't need an agent, really, but if I'm going to have an agent, my agent's not going to rep my op. Fuck that.
The beef isn't over. Meanwhile, Kendrick and SZA.
It's not beef. Like, if I shared a lawyer with a nigga I hated, I probably would. If I'm seeing the lawyer kind of fuck with that nigga a lot too, I'm good. Let me get a different lawyer. You have that lawyer. Like, I don't want to have the same lawyer with my op. I don't want to have the same nothing with my op. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to have the same car salesman with my op. No, there's many car salesmen out here, especially if you're at the level of Drake. Why would I want to have anything with my op? You're going to pick between us. You're either going to have me or you're going to have that nigga. And if you have that nigga, you can't have me. You can't have us both. It doesn't work like that, okay? Because here's the thing. Not saying this guy will be pillow talking, but I don't want you to let my op know what the fuck I'm going to do before I'm going to do it. Also, keep in mind, you hear Kendrick even in the beef rap about, oh, he knows all these secrets in OVO. Well, forget OVO. One of the ways you can know all the secrets with me is if you know exactly what's going on with me, and I don't want that to happen. So I could see that going on. You know what I'm saying? So
SZA's tour made over $358 million.
big deal, though. It is a big deal. I hear a lot of people in industry circles talking about it a lot. A lot. All right, people. By the way, shout out to all my people at those agencies. I love y'all too. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna get into a little bit more ghetto shit. Nah, this is not ghetto shit right here. I ain't gonna cap with you, chat.